Hyundai and Maruti yesterday came out saying that they expect the percentage of diesel cars in the passenger vehicle segment to decline. And if we look at the historic numbers also, Shweta, in 2013 and 2014, diesel cars attributed to about 53% of the entire passenger vehicles segment. Currently, it's less than 20%. So, do you see that there could be some pressure in the auto segment, given that they have been the primary drivers of the recent rally since the start of the financial year, and specifically companies that are involved in making diesel cars?
I think it's a sort of a decadal theme to shift from petrol diesel to EV or even CNG cars. I don't think no company has said that they are going to stop making cars for the diesel cars for the next 10 years. So there could be additional GST to improve that uh, improve that conversion happening. But I don't think anything is happening quickly. I mean, the 10% GST was also a one-off statement. You also know that GST has to go through a council. Just giving out a letter to the finance minister does not mean a GST would be put. It has to pass through the GST council, and given that we have elections next year, I think the probability of that passing is very low at this point of time. But yeah, I mean, over next 7 to 10 years, that is the trend which we are going to see. I don't think
Amit,
companies are ready
come to
also
think of
to
it,
make that.
come to think of it, since you talked about a decadal transition, come to think of it, Maruti has already discontinued its diesel cars in 2019. There is a huge shift, as my colleague Suyash, and he pointed out numbers as far as diesel fleet is concerned, and the reducing size of diesel fleet year on year, decade on decade. You are correct when you say EV is the new game, CNG is the new game. It's going to be either hybrid EVs, etc. That, of course, are the new trends that we're picking up in the auto sector. But the decadal shift seemed to be pointing towards moving away from diesel vehicles. In fact, it's interesting to point out that Nitin Gadkari, the Road Transport Highways Minister, after making that statement of proposing a 10% GST on diesel vehicles, later retracted that statement in a way by saying that there is no official proposition or proposal just as yet. So hold your horses. It's not happening anytime soon. But by the time he made that statement, remember, M&M and Tata stocks had already took a beating. So there was an immediate impact on at least two companies that are leading the game when it comes to diesel fleet, Amit.
Yeah, right. I think the statement was probably made off the cuff, and market reacted in the short term for that. M&M, Tata Motors have a huge component, more than 50% coming out of the diesel space. I mean, it's not a surprise that these two companies are investing maximum in the EV space because they know that eventually this would come, whether it is in the form of additional GST or additional taxes, eventually, it will come. And that's how, they have to start making the shift now. I mean, it is also interesting that, China started, 10 years ago, China actually started this trend by putting additional taxes on the diesel vehicles. There were long queues and long processing to get the diesel vehicle. So, people automatically shifted to EVs very quickly in China. So I think that they have taken the clue, but I'm not sure, given the election season, this is the right time to do it. Probably next year, it could be a dampener on the auto stocks.
All right, could be a dampener on the auto stocks if diesel vehicles and the taxation on diesel vehicle perhaps goes up next year. It's not happening anytime soon. That's the word. That's the final word, in fact, coming in from the Minister of Road Transport and Highways.